Welcome back to another one. I've just driven 4 hours back from Leeds, no, where do I go? York. And rather than enjoying this ridiculously sunny day, I am going to take the rear end off this MX-5 so we can get on with this car. But it needs moving a little bit, I'm just going to do it outside. It hasn't been started in quite a long time, so what do you reckon? Will it start? It's not looking good. I'll give it a little push on. It's honestly so mouldy in here. Convertibles are not the one. Well, I guess we're going to take it apart right here. Fuck it, let's get on with it. It's like 3 hours later. I hate cars so much. But we've moved it. I moved it back. I've done brake lines, things like that. Every bolt just wants to either snap or not come undone. But we're getting somewhere with it. So I'm going to continue to take this apart and then drop the subframe off, take it to the workshop and try it under the Austin. But I'm so sunburnt now. I don't know how this has taken this long, but this is just the realities of, it's not even old, it's just the realities of cars. Cars are horrible, I don't know why we work on them, but we do. So I'm going to persevere, and probably the next clip will be at the workshop, or it'll be me on the floor crying. We shall see. Well, it's a new day. That was still a chore, but it's off. So I'll now take that to the workshop. Well, tomorrow I'll take that to the workshop. After work we'll lay it next to the chassis and see how far out it is. But through the power of editing, and there we have it. Now, I'm going to attempt to draw the chassis legs here. I'm not an expert at this by any means. I'm self-taught. So I'll guide you through what I'm going to do. And hopefully it makes sense. And hopefully it works. Right, so let me open my little doggy book. What I'm thinking is, if I draw the original rails, what I'll do is take a measurement across them. I've got a measurement across the back end of where it used to mount to the body. Sort of 4 bolt holes. What I'm going to do is come up over this, across the top of this. I know the height this needs to be to run the wheels on, and then I've just got to get back to the old body mounts. So in theory, if I've got a centre line of the chassis, centre of this, I know the measurement from this point here I've marked on the chassis to where the centre of the wheel's got to be, and I know the centres of them. So in theory, everything's in theory. Sadly I'm not. But I'll start doing this now and then we'll draw it on the computer. I am pretty sure this is everything I'm going to need. But no doubt I'll be wrong. But if we go draw them up now on the computer and cut them and have a better idea. But here's to building a chassis. Right, if I've worked this out properly, that should be the bottom of the chassis, the top of the MX-5 frame, and then the rear end of the chassis. So now I'm just going to join them together. with a little squiggly line. Squiggly line equipped. So this is the side-on view of the rail, and then this is the top angle. If I click on that, you'll see it better. This is the top angle. So if you imagine from a bird's eye view, this is what shape you'll see, and then this will be the shape if you were looking at it side on. So there's a little bit of folding involved, and I've obviously got to cut 4 sides and 4 tops, so you make a box. So I'm going to go home now and see if we can cut these on the cutter. I don't know why I keep doing this face all the time. Vlogging's harder, right? Well, you might have just seen some footage of that cutting, but it might have gone absolutely terribly, so it might not be in there. But if it is, that was the cutter working. I've done 2 tops, no, I've done 2 bottoms and the 4 sides. Now I might have shot myself in the foot because I've designed a chassis rail that bends sideways and up and down. Normally I'd cut it out of 2mm and test it, but I got a bit overexcited and I've just done it straight out of 5mm, so if it goes wrong, that's an expensive mistake, but if it goes right. But anyway, my dinner's ready now. Well, actually it was ready about 10 minutes ago, so it's going cold. So we'll regroup in the morning and I'll see you at the workshop. So obviously my chassis sections fit perfectly, but we'll get back to that in a minute. We've got Den is coming from Slambassa to pick up that white Mazda truck, because I let them have that because they're going to build it, and realistically I ain't going to have time to build it. And the MX-5 we were going to use under that is now going under this. So we've now got a shuffle. I've already moved everything through there. Now I've got to move the Austin and the Navara, both of which don't have chassis under them. So we're going to move that, and then we'll get back to this and I'll explain what's going on with the chassis sections. Took most of the day yesterday, but we managed to get that Mazda out. Nothing went wrong at all. We dropped the Austin. There was no damage or anything though. But I'm now just going to clean up the last bit of this room, and then I can actually lay this chassis out, get it all level, mark a centre line, get the MX-5 bit in the right place, and I'll show you the chassis rails, and then we can actually get on with this video. But last push, get it clean. Cleaning, but in the next shot it will be spotless. Okay, so it's not spotless, but it's cleaner. I'm now going to try and MacGyver up a chassis table. I'm thinking if I use this random frame, one of these old wall boards from a fridge, and maybe that bit of 2mm steel over there, we could build something a bit higher and hopefully get it level, I think. But I put a wing on the car, I forgot how long it was. It's really Cruella de Vil, so lock up your dogs. But bodge that together now, put the chassis on it, start getting the rear end on. It's been a bit of a here and there video, but we're busy at the minute, so I'm doing what I can. Bear with me. So the chassis table worked for demonstration purposes, but not for chassis building. So we're going to regroup on that tomorrow and actually build one. Because Chris is convinced this won't be the last chassis we do. I'm not. But, just going to probably run some big bits of like 100 to 50 along top of that frame. Box them across, obviously make sure it's all level and put some sort of adjustment on the feet. But going back to the rails, which I cut perfectly, which were actually wrong. You can see the idea of them if I come over here. So that'll run along, up and across the top. That subframe is then 4 inches off the floor, which means when it's on full, when the car's on full drop, I'll have full drop on the subframe. And then I can add or remove camber if I need to. And then they obviously curve in to meet it. It'll be the same both sides. Now where I went wrong is earlier you see I obviously drew up the top and bottom as well, but I didn't cater for how much length I'd lose with the bends. Obviously when that plate comes down like that and goes there, it actually ended up being about 6 inches short, but I'm not afraid to admit I've done it wrong. I won't do it again. It's a good job I cut it out of 2mm first and not straight out of the 5mm. I've just done it straight out of 5mm, so if it goes wrong, that's an expensive mistake. But this is now at a stage where I can start welding up rails and things, so I think we'll make a chassis table tomorrow and weld everything up. But this is now bank holiday Monday, and it is 12:30. People are asking when the video is coming out. So I'll edit this last bit up, get that uploading, then take all this stuff back off this table, bulk that up tomorrow after work, and then put it all back on, and you'll see all of that in next week's episode. So thanks for everyone who has been watching, commenting and that sort of thing. If you could all like, subscribe, leave a comment. I know this is all a bit boring at the minute, but that's the nature of the thing. I'm just showing it in real time. You know, it's not easy building a car in your spare time, but we'll get there. I've put the wings and stuff back in place just to get an idea of how it looks. Amazing. So, I will see you on the next one, and hopefully it gets a little less boring from here. Say goodbye, Chris. Bye. Back again. Back again. Just a shout out to everyone who bought one of these wing covers on the website and the new t-shirts. They're pretty nifty. They've got magnets in them and also hooks for fiberglass wings and things, and soft on the inside. But we're changing logos and things, so I've dropped these down to a tenner on the website if anyone wants one. There's only about 5 left, I think. And shout out to everyone who brought one of the plum t-shirts on pre-order. There's a couple of them left in stock, but not many. But this is actually the end. This time.
Yes.
I think.
Nifty.
Nifty.
Good word. See you next time.